The dreaded Range Rover Deadlock. I was able to get the door open with persistence. This one is not, I guess, your standard deadlock issue, but the video may help. People have gone through the back door, drilled these screws out, removed this trim piece. There's an axis in here where you can get to the back of the holes and drill it out. That's probably what I would try before totally going nuts and taking a Sawzall and destroying everything. I would probably just get a drill bit on the back of this and whack it out. But I'll give you a heads up of what this issue is on this. So we bought this thing used in Canada. It had low miles on it. Might have been an early lease trade-in. It wasn't that old, a couple years old. Pretty much instantly, maybe a month or two into owning it, the door started flying open. Really weird, right? So the soft close would trigger, not pull in all the way. The door wouldn't latch. And just driving down the street, the thing would whip open. So I brought it back to the dealership the first time. And the dealership had some guy working on it and decided to put some wire nuts and cut some wires in there. So I just opened up the door panel, checked it out because, my wife's driving this thing and, doors flying open left and right. And seen some wire nuts in there. I'm like, oh, great. Yep. Had wire nut Willie working on this thing. So I flipped out. They ended up changing the door harness, and I think maybe the soft close module in there, whatever, didn't matter to me. Ended up taking care of the problem. The only issue, they might have changed the door latch as well, but coming to today's problem, ended up getting deadlocked in this thing. And I found out these screws right here, these aren't factory, obviously. They fell out. They were gone. This whole latch was flopping around, pivoting, I think, under the screw under here or whatever. And when the soft close module would pull it closed, the lock would rotate, put it in a funky position, and you couldn't get in or out. Really affected it on cold days. The other funky thing with this was, prior to these bolts falling out, the inside lights would flicker when you're driving. So I kind of knew the door switch. There's like a little door position switch in there that was telling it, if the door is closed open. That was acting funky, and then the alarm would randomly go off. So I knew this was on its way out anyways. But typically in colder weather, it was deadlocking. And what I ended up finding was with the remote, double lock, or even when you're driving, put it in drive, like you'd get in the morning, like the first pulse of it, boom, drive, no problem. You'd 5-minute ride down the road, you try to get out, dead. Like you couldn't get out in or out. You have to jump over the passenger seat, and that is not ideal. So, especially in the colder weather. Summertime didn't give a problem. I remember it happening like last winter too. So just a worn out mechanism. If it happens to you, and you're handy, taking stuff apart, if it seems to happen in the cold weather, maybe bring it into a warmer garage and see, before you start drilling and doing crazy stuff, bring it into a warmer climate, keeping the door open, unlock it with the remote, let the car warm up, open it, maybe it'll allow something inside here to kind of help you out. I mean, at least it worked for me. Today's like 60 degrees out. I've been waiting for a warm day to do this, so yapping enough. We're 4 minutes in. Let's get to it. Don't mind my long torques. I'm overcompensating, obviously. So hopefully this angle works out for you. So stop pulling plastic. trim pieces until I figure out where they're hidden. So of course, why wouldn't Range Rover use multiple different torques? Oh, and if anyone's missing the bolts, the ones I replaced for the lock body itself, they're flange screws. I bought them on Amazon, and they're M6 1025. If you can see that. Don't know. Whatever. So, that is a larger Torx. That was a fairly good guess. So I found two so far. Seems like it's fully out. Let's see where else they keep this. Another one here. That seems like the smaller one. It is. Footwell light. One second. You'll see how torturous this is. Something with a magnet on it so I don't drop screws. I'm way over that, searching. Curious to see if there's any wire nuts left in the door. I haven't taken this off in 5 years or so. Kind of went by trust after I flipped out last time, so. Yeah, that's right, there's another one in here. It's been a minute. as they say trust but verify, and I got lazy. My little bendy screwdriver here for this one. I actually think I bought this for this. I've never used it for anything else. Fond memories. Did this in a parking garage in Canada. Call it an underground on the west coast of Canada. It's not a parking garage. That's right. All right. Sticky seal, and we're free. I'll give you guys a zoom in a second. Okay. Grab you here. So that for the door handle just clips in like this and snaps in, and then there's one connector for that. So I'll put you back here. Let it recenter. And this auto positioning or whatever. Wearing a plumbing shirt today. This is my brother's plumbing company. Please don't prank him. Side. And then we have this whole door section that will need to come out with these connectors and a safety locking tab. Push in, pull up, I believe. Yep. Land Rover, keeping you guessing which way the connectors go. Yes. That's right, there's one on. Okay, we're free on that. And I believe it's just these large torques. You see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and yada yada yada. There should be. Call it this one. Yes, let me grab my impact and we'll be right back. And we're back. tray here for screws because, like I said, done playing the chase game for that. And we have one hidden under a wire connector here. Might be too low for you to see. It's hard for me to see because I'm getting old. Maybe this one silver Taurus right there. Yeah. Because why not? Just feed this door cable through the hole. And here we go. Droop that down. Yeah, no wire nuts. No wire nuts. So, this is going to be probably difficult to show you anyway, so I'll just pop everything out and show you the process, I guess, when I go to plug things back in. Hopefully they sent me the right part. Looks like the right plug. Yeah, it looks crusty in there. That is for sure. Slide this black trim plastic cover off to get to the one hidden bolt, which is barely holding on. We will show you that. So I'll show you what it looks like. There's the culprit, the hidden screw, which was, again, finger tight, not helping the situation. So I'll leave that. I don't know if you can see it, but we'll get it out and we'll show you how she looks. Well, I think I got to the culprit. Let me zoom in here. See that? That's the door position switch. The metal's bent around it. I did not manipulate that at all. Let me show you how it's supposed to look. Focus. Yeah. So, that was my problem. Kind of knew it for a while and I just, procrastinated. So, that metal should ride on that cam and depress that switch. So, when we get to switching all these cables over, let me zoom out. Switching all these cables over, the door handle, the soft close, and let me pray that it works. And welcome back. So, a couple weeks later, we have a soft unlock or a keyless unlock, and here are the parts. So, we ended up having to switch the interior door cable. That seemed to be stretched and broken. The interior handle cable, part number is that, if anyone's curious to know. And I don't know where the last video left off, but there we go. There's your issue. An over-traveled arm on the limit switch for, I guess it's a door position switch. Tells the door whether it's open, closed, whatever. But yeah, that's it did some weird stuff actually while I'm thinking about it. So yeah, it pulls itself closed. It would not see if I can make the mirrors fold. It wouldn't pull the mirrors closed, which was strange. It was just beeping like a door was open or the hood was popped or the tailgate was open. It would not do that. I had to start the car a couple times for it to, get unstupid. So there's that. So also some useful information while I have you guys. This gap tool, these are really good for most Land Rovers. For this 2013 L405, it's a piece of garbage. You can't do anything with it besides reset some service lights. I mean, basic functionality, right? Out of this, basic. The tool's way too expensive for what you get. You get zero out of this car, zero. So, very limited functionality on the L405. I mean, you can get a lot more out of other vehicles. It's a great tool for every other Land Rover. So, just want to throw that in there for coding and other things. I was able to change the speedometer, I think, from kilometers to miles per hour. This is a Canadian car, so yeah, I was able to do that. Besides that, not worth it. I guess it's time for me to start driving this thing again. Needs a good wash. So this is gonna end this Land Rover saga. Go take it for a ride and maybe blast some of the crap off it when the weather gets better tomorrow. So either way, hope you guys enjoyed this lovely Range Rover video. So I'll start enjoying this thing again. All right, see you guys later.